Hello and welcome to Giant. My name is Tracy and I'm the onboarding specialist here. You have been given a benefit from either your employer or the organization that you're with. And it's really a gift. It's a gift of leadership development via our platform. And so I'm here to help you get logged in and set up and ready to go. I'd also like to give you a tour of the platform so that navigating it becomes very easy to you. So the very first thing you need to do is go to giant.tv. Now, you don't need to sign up. You've already been given credentials to log in. So you should have been given the email and a temporary password for you to sign in and get logged in. So go ahead and do that. Once you've done that, you'll see this screen pop up. You'll see our Giant logo in the middle. And then to the right-hand side, you'll see a circle with your initials in it. This is the settings drop-down. I want you to know about this because the customer support button is there. So at any point, if you need to reach out to us with a question or if you see some sort of a glitch or something like that, please let us know. We need to know about those things and we want to help. Now, as far as managing your account, really the administrator in your organization will be the one to manage your account. So that's the drop-down menu there for settings. Now look at the left-hand side on Invincible drop-down. There are a couple products here that you'll have access to. Now, this particular login has the Accelerate product that you may or may not have. So I'm not going to go through that today, but absolutely everyone has accessibility to the Ascend product. Now, Ascend is our free product to anyone in the world. So feel free to tell friends or family, even outside of your organization, about it. This is the drop-down menu where you'll find many things. First of all, you'll see our next live stream is always announced here, and you can add it to your calendar at any time. We would love for anyone to join us on those live streams. However, if you're not able to make it at that assigned time, those will be archived so that you can go back and watch those at any point. The next line down will be the 5 voices. Now, there are cards that you can unlock. For instance, this one that says, let me have it pop up, the Unlock Core Tools. Every time you see a pop-up like that, you are definitely going to want to open those and go through them, because each time you unlock a card, it allows you to see a bit more content. And those are really important as you start using the platform. So I'm going back here to the Ascend dropdown. So after the live stream announcements, you'll see here that once you've taken the 5 voices assessment, it is an 80-question assessment that you'll definitely want to take part in. It's very foundational to everything we teach, and also you won't be able to have your administrator put you on a team until you've started unlocking some of these cards. So go ahead and do that. When you've taken the assessment, it will show you the findings, and so you'll be dropped into a category here of your voice order. So there are 5 different voice orders. You'll learn about those when you start digging into the content. But for now, this particular person is considered a creative. It will tell you about your voice. If you click here on this voice pairing, voice overview, liberation statement, and weapon system, this will allow you to dig in even further into your certain personality. There's an introduction video, and then if you click View All, depending on your voice order, you'll be shown your voices series. Now, this is really deep, rich information where you can understand more about who you are and how you operate, how you see the world. Episodes like Understanding Who You Are, What Happens to Me Under Pressure, What Lies Do I Believe About Myself? These are all things you're going to want to watch. And these episodes are very short, bite-sized episodes that you'll be able to watch very quickly. So that, again, is on the Ascend dropdown. That's the line with all information about your personality and your voice. Next, you'll see our newest series. This is all of our media series. There's a podcast there. If you click View All, you'll be able to see all of those. You'll want to start digging into those as well. There's a series on managing stress, managing difficult conversations, team exercises, the 5 Gears Masterclass. And then if you go to the very bottom, you'll see all the different personality types. So if you find that your spouse or a coworker is one of these, you can just click on their particular series episodes there and learn about their personality as well. You're going to really love that. Next on Ascend, After you see all of the series, you're going to see these things called pathways. Pathways allow you to go through certain content related to a certain topic, and we try and keep these very relevant. So here's one on diversity, equity, and inclusion. If you click on View All, you'll see all types of topics on things like leading kids while working from home, or how to have work-life balance. What do I do if I'm demotivated? Now, if you click on one of these, it's basically a journey that we have you go through. You might go through a PDF or watch a video, maybe even take a survey, but keep going through each component to learn about that particular pathway. It's really fun and helpful. Now, next on the Ascend product, let us get there here real quickly. You're going to see a list of resources. So right under the pathways, this Read Now section is full of resources for you. Each one of these larger boxes you can click on and read ebooks, but if you go to View All, there are other resources in each of these boxes. Just click and you'll be able to view this. See here, this one says 33 documents. So keep clicking and you can find your way around and get just a treasure trove of information and content. Under the Read Now section are live streams. So as I said, up here at the top, you'll see when the next live stream is and that you can join any of those. But then if you weren't able to make it at that time, you'll see all kinds of live streams that have been stored here. If you look at View All, you'll be able to see many, many options that you can go back and watch. So that pretty much sums up what Ascend is. Now, if you'll go back to the drop down, you will have access to the Invincible product as well. Invincible is all about teams, and one of our goals here at Giant is to create invincible teams. Now again, you'll want to unlock any of these blue cards that you see. This one says that you need to unlock the core tools. Our core tools are our main teaching tools that we use here, and you'll definitely want to explore these and learn more about them. So go ahead and unlock those tools and get started with that at any time. Now, next to that, underneath, is your 5 voices again information. This is when you've taken your assessment. Again, it will remind you that you are the voice here on the left-hand side. And again, this is your personalized episodes that have to do with your own voice. Now, at any time, if you think, goodness, I'm not sure that I answered that assessment correctly or that it's showing up for who I really am, you can always click here and retake the assessment. Or if you'd rather edit your voice because you know exactly which one you are, you can go in here and do that at any time. Let's go back, and underneath the voices, you'll see people. Now, every single person, every user in your organization will show up here. If you view all, this is everyone in your organization. Now, what I love about that is that your administrator on your account will put every person in the organization into teams according to what teams they're working on. You may be on 3 or 4 teams. That's fine. Your administrator will set you up on these teams. And what I love about this is as you are assigned to take different surveys about your culture or maybe the alignment on that team, the results will show up here in a spider graph. And what is wonderful about this is that, let's say you take the assessments in January and you score 40% in alignment. As you're learning more content on the platform, as you're given assignments and you work on alignment, of course your alignment will start going up. So when you reassess maybe 3-4 months later, you'll be able to see where you're at now, and you'll be able to see the progress that your teams are making. This line here with the different colors will show on that particular team what personalities are on that team. This is useful information because say you're missing a nurturer on a team, that means you're missing a big component of what nurturers bring. They're champions of people, and you don't want to miss out on that. So this is a great way for people to make sure that their teams are balanced well. Here again is your teams component, and then back to people. Now, here's what I love about knowing that every person in your organization is also using the platform. At any time, you can click on your teammate just to be reminded of what their personality is like, what their voice is. So for instance, my teammate, Mike, is a guardian. So when I come into a meeting and I know that I'm getting ready to meet with Mike, I can be reminded of what Mike is all about. He is a champion of due diligence, and I can remind myself of that. He's a champion of resources and efficient systems. So I'll be able to be set up for success in my communication with him because I've been able to click on his voice and learn more about him. So this is really, really useful information. So as you see, depending on the size of your organization, you're going to see a lot of people there being shown, everyone from your organization. So again, that's the people section. Then because you went up here and you unlocked that core tool box, now it's telling you the next step is to take a team assessment. You're definitely going to want to do that because, as I said, you want to pinpoint how your team is doing on certain aspects like alignment and capacity. Now, because you opened that core tool box, you now can have access and visibility to see all of our core tools. You're going to want to reference these often because they are very rich, deep tools that are resources for you on becoming the best leader you can possibly be. For instance, this one, the Support Challenge Matrix, will remind you of what it means to be a liberating leader who empowers people and gives them opportunity. There's even a video here that you can watch to remind yourself of that particular tool. So make sure you dig into those. Then at the bottom of the Invincible product, you will see your training. Right now, we have a training going on we call it Sherpa training. We use this metaphor of a mountain climber, a Mount Everest climber wanting to summit the mountain, but they bring along a Sherpa who is expert in the mountain. And so we want to teach you as Invincible teams to be the kind of leader that Sherpas another, meaning you become 100% healthy yourself in your leadership, and at the same time, you're multiplying that health out to others. So this is going to keep track of your Sherpa training, and this is where you'll start it, this blue button. Before I click start, I want to show you another training that you can go to, the Digital Age Team Leader Training. This is really pertinent to our society right now where many of us are adjusting to working in a remote environment. So you'll want to take part in that too, because it's very rich content that you'll want to dig into. So when I click on the start button for Sherpa training, you'll see this layout. Sherpa training is right here in the center, and each session is shown here on the left-hand side. You'll see there's a lot of sessions you can go through, and each one, as you go through it, will be highlighted and checked off so you can keep your space. You'll want to go through each component of the lesson that you're working on. You'll perhaps be seeing a video to watch. Maybe you'll look up at a review PDF. Then you may be led into an exercise, and then finally at the end, a quiz. So you'll want to make sure you click off on each component before you go to the next session. What I love about this as well is that you can look here on the right-hand side and see a live chat going on. I love this. As you see, it's up to date. About an hour ago, this particular person, Deb, let us know what she's learning in the session that she's going on. You can also put questions, and we at Giant look through those and make sure that we can respond to those as they're going on live. So that would be Sherpa training. Each person in your organization will definitely want to partake in each session of Sherpa training. So there you go. That's a tour so you can get started. Now, you may have a Giant guide or consultant helping you, or the administrator on your account will help you to know where to go on the platform to get the most benefit. They'll also be letting you know how much they're expecting you to spend time in the platform. Every organization has different times that they want their people to be on and be engaged in the platform. But I encourage you to just experiment and look through and look at episodes and start learning from different topics that you're interested in. So remember, at any time, if you need customer support, just go to the circle here at the top and click on customer support. Otherwise, always be in communication with the administrator there in your organization to see where you need to go. So I hope that helps, and thanks for being part of Giant.